EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the... For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field. Right away, they'll change the look. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
A lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. To me, like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. He's got a run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
First and 10. And he'll take this one down to
Careful,
about the
please.
40. To stop the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throw caught by Rice. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Here is 3rd and 5. Now here's Mahomes.
Oh, wow. That's
Inside the 25. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive.
No way we should have hit
Field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out with a game like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting and preparation and understanding what their team was capable of.
But he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now Patrick going to change the play. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And they will take it in for the Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
They'd love to. Touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials, turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. They'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Fielded just inside the 30. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Moore, the man in motion. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partners, not often did you see one of those big tight ends get overthrown in the end zone, but we just saw it happen.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal, a 32-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off and prove fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 55 yards on the ground here for Harris. It's a first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs are able to add on to that lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll drop to throw. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. 17-0 our score after 1. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only two rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. That's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. George Karlaftis drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on the field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And taken down just shy of the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play.
Let's go!
But took his way down to the 42-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Here's Pacheco once again. Room here to run. There he goes again. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Pacheco. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. That one caught by Rice. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Butker on for the PAT. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here we go,
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
On the set.
Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
And he's missed now his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Dobbins trying the left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. He's been a busy man, and he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I've never returned punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.